up. You better wrap it up.
Wrap it up.
On the Monster.
What's up, monsters? Welcome to Wrap It Up. It's me, Ria Ramz, and joining me today is none other than Estée. What's up, Estée? Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself to all the monsters who are tuned in right now?
Hi, my name's Estée. I'm 20 years old. I'm currently living in Adelaide, Australia, so I'm not in the Philippines right now, but I'm very excited to be here.
Yes. Oh my God, guys. So, for those of you who are tuned in right now on air, we are also live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch at RX931. In case you guys want to catch what's going on, what this beautiful girl looks like. If you guys want to catch us online, we are once again on Facebook, YouTube, and on Twitch. Estée, we are so excited to have you here. For the monsters tuned in, I actually saw Estée a couple months ago on TikTok. So we know. All right. So we know that that like a lot of people post things that you can do right on TikTok, and Estée happens to be like amazing at those things. Like it's so effortless. So I was like, I want to have this girl on my show, and here we are. So thank you so much for being here, Estée. It's an amazing thing, and I can't wait for all the monsters to hear your newest song, which we will be talking about later on. But for now, let's talk about you first. So you are part Filipino, but you also have Malaysian blood and Chinese blood. And right now you are living in Australia. So what was that like for you?
So moving to Australia, I think it was definitely like a really big shift. I think because like culturally it's very different, you know, being in Malaysia, being in a fully Asian country to somewhere where it's like I'm seeing like white people everywhere. And I love my white friends, don't get me wrong. That wasn't like a dig or anything, but like it's definitely just like a very big shift.
Right.
But I feel like it's definitely brought out a really, new version of me, which I really love. So yeah, I love growing up here. So it's cool.
No, that's amazing. And I would like to know, Estée, you moved when you were 11 years old. How
Yeah.
long were you did you find your love for music when you moved to Australia, or has it been there ever since you were a kid?
So my mom is actually a singer, so like that's like the Filipino side. I like credit so much of my music talent to, I guess. But yeah, she's a singer. Like her whole family is like super musical, and we'd always have like family gatherings where we just like play guitar and just, like sing songs, and it's always a fun time. Karaoke, classic.
Right.
But yeah, that's kind of where it started, and I kind of just have always sung and performed since I was like 6. Just like being in school and stuff. But yeah, it's always kind of been there, I think. So
Right. But performing songs and actually writing your music, they're two very different things. So when did you start? Like when did you discover that, oh, I have a talent for actually writing my own music? When did that come up for you?
I'd say like that actually came up when I moved here. I started playing like guitar when I was like still in Malaysia, like just before I moved. And when I did move, I started like teaching myself how to play more. So I think, I just started just singing other people's songs. And eventually I was like, maybe I should sing something that I write. So that's kind of where it started. And I'm glad it did because, yeah, it kind of like follows along with like my mom's like singing. And she's also a songwriter too. So it's like me just like wanting to be like her pretty much. So
Oh, I love that. It's
Yeah.
funny because it's funny you mentioned that like it is the Filipino side of you, because I would like to believe when people from other countries hear like you're Filipino, they automatically think like singer, which isn't true like for everyone, but I mean, you are an amazing singer, and
Thank you.
it's great to see that you pursued this talent of yours. A lot of people who hear you on TikTok are in love with your voice as well. So it's just amazing to see. Now I'm curious, like I mentioned earlier, you do a lot of duets on TikTok as well. So did your songwriting come before TikTok, or did it start because of these duets on TikTok?
It definitely started before. I think like I've always just tried to put myself in spaces where I could just be creative and express myself. So I think like TikTok was honestly just like a fun thing for me to do. It's like honestly like to me it comes pretty easily, I think, because the videos are shorter, the verses are shorter. You
Right.
don't have to think about like a whole song. It's just very quick and like yeah, I just love doing it. It's really fun and I think it helps, kind of like solidify the fact that I'm an artist and I'm not just like singing covers for people. Like I am trying to be an artist. So yeah.
All right. So the song that we're going to be talking about is your latest song, and it's called 28. But you did mention earlier off air that you actually released a couple of songs before that. What was the first song that you ever released that was your own?
That was a song called Fifth Time, and that I actually really released that like in my graduating year in high school. So that was like at the very I didn't even mean to like release that one, to be honest. I was just very like that was for like one of my music classes, like an assignment.
Oh,
And my friend was literally just like, "Oh, you should release it." And I was like, "Oh, okay." So I just did it. I had no idea what I was doing, but it did like pretty well. And even now, like I still get messages from people being like, "I love that song," and I'm like, "Thanks." I don't like it anymore because I feel like I've really like outgrown it. But I'm glad that people still like it, so that's a
yes.
good thing.
I was actually just listen to it on the way
Oh
to
no,
the station. So it was amazing. Like that
thank
was a really
you.
good song. So can you tell us a little bit about the song? Like what is it? What is the song about?
Fifth time or
Yeah,
28? So fifth
fifth time.
time, funny story, actually, that song is fully about like my boyfriend now, who wasn't my boyfriend at the time.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, so yeah, at the time we weren't like fully together, but I just wrote a song about him and he knows and he always makes fun of me for it. But it's like so many people know now and it's just like a joke now. But
Right.
it's funny. Yeah.
Oh, that is so cute. So, based on what I'm hearing, do you usually write your songs based on your personal experiences? Like, what is your process when it comes to writing your lyrics?
Yeah, usually it is my personal experiences. I find it really hard to write based off just like something random. I feel like I have to really like feel something and connect with something before writing it down on paper. Sometimes when I like actually like go to write a song, I don't even have words for it. I just have like a melody and I'm just like
Ooh.
trying to fit words in it and see what works. But eventually like something comes up that I'm like, I don't even know what this means, but later on it makes sense. So it's just like a way of just like expressing myself, I guess, which is like always
Right.
been super like therapeutic and good for me. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it seems that writing music um is always a good way of self-expression for all the artists who come here. There are some artists who write based on experiences of other people, but for the most part, it's usually based on their own experiences. Now, you did mention that you have around 5 songs released. Which would you say is the most personal one to you?
Oh, that's actually a really hard question. I don't know. I think like because I've written all of those songs in different stages of my life, it's really hard to like kind of pinpoint like which one is the one that I relate to the most now. I'd say like probably 28 is the one that I relate to the most currently, just because that was like my most recent release. And it's like the newest one. But I feel like, I've written so much more since then. And I feel like the newer stuff that I have coming out eventually, like that's what I connect with the most. So
Okay,
yeah.
I'm hearing new stuff coming up soon, so I'm excited for that. We'll talk about that later. But I do want to ask you, for those monsters who aren't too familiar with you yet, how would you describe your songs, your style in music?
This is like the like always the question I have no idea how to answer because every time I say something I'm like this doesn't even make any sense. But I think it's definitely like a comforting sound for people like cuz I feel like my voice is very soft.
Mm-hmm.
But I just have been trying to create this sound that kind of like brings a lot of like comfort and peace and just happiness to people. So
Right.
and it's definitely like genre wise it's definitely more like R&B pop-ish. So yeah.
Right. If you could say like there was an artist who heavily influenced your style in music or the way that you write, the way that you create your songs, who would you say that would be?
a lot of people say I sound like Ariana Grande, and I think vocally, like she's definitely influenced me so much. But there's like so many people I could name right now, like
Mm,
because I think throughout the years I just change all the time. I'm very just like
right.
I like this, I like how this sounds. I'm gonna like follow that, or and like the next 2 weeks later, I'm just like actually no, I like this sound. So it's like I like a lot of different things. So
Yeah.
I'm trying to like find something that kind of just like makes my own sound and just like mix and match it all together. I don't even know if that answers the question, but yeah.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. It makes a lot of
Yeah.
sense. That's it's really interesting to see that you don't say you have like a specific sound, and that just makes it more exciting to see what's next to come. I mean, 28 is an amazing song, which we will be talking about
Thank
later
you.
on. But I'm sure that the music that you are about to release, that you will be releasing soon, would be more like different as well. So I'm really excited to talk about that in just a little bit. But I do have to ask, because I always ask this question to everyone who comes on here. If there's anybody at all that you can collaborate with, who would you want to collaborate with?
Oh my gosh, I literally just thought of like 50 different people at the same time. um I would love to work with Jacob Collier actually. He's
Ooh,
like
okay.
insane. But I would just love to just like learn from him even, like I don't think he'd ever collab with me to be honest, but I would love to just learn from him because I think he's actually like a genius and he's crazy. But yeah, that would be like dream collaboration. Yeah.
Yeah, I see it happening. I would love for
Thanks.
that collaboration to happen. That would be amazing. Like I'm
That
just
would be
thinking about
great.
it, I'm getting excited. So I hope it happens. But I do have to ask. I mean, you did mention that your mom is a singer songwriter. Have you ever tried to create a song with her?
Oh, that's actually really funny that you asked that question because we have made a song together. This is like the first song that she's ever released. Not a lot of people know this actually, but so I was about like 7 or 8 when she wrote this song, and so she got me to sing on it. So we have like a little like duet on one of her albums, and it's called Butterfly Baby, and you can listen to it now, like literally on Spotify. And I'm just like this tiny like girl singing in the song. Um, but yeah, that's a fun one to talk about.
Oh, I'm so excited. I would love to check that out. So I mean, I know that you were 7 years old when that song came out, but what can you say about that song? What was it all about?
So I'd say like my mom kind of just wrote it about like, loving us and just wanting to be with us and stuff. And like I think there's another version where like even my brothers are singing. So I have an older brother and a younger brother. So we're all just like small children just like singing on the song in the little studio, but I still remember like the recording experience and I just thought like it was the most fun thing ever.
And now that's what you're doing now. I mean,
Yeah.
I can't wait for you monsters to hear her songs, because I am telling you, this Estee has like a long way to go. Like she will go far in this
Oh,
music.
thank you.
So I'm just excited for you guys to hear what you have to bring to the music scene. Now let's talk about your song 28. So 28 was released last November 2021, and in the song you say, can you tell us a little bit about the song? The lyrics go something like, can you refresh my memory?
So it goes, you hold me closer every night. I laugh with you more every day. Yeah, anyways. Yeah, so I basically just like wrote that song about like, just being around like the people that I really love and just like that feeling of just, when you're just like around people who you're so comfortable around and you know that they're not like judging you about anything. And you just feel so like at peace and everything is like literally everything in the world is like okay. Like that's kind of what I wanted to capture in the song.
Mhm.
And yeah, I think that song is like pretty much like my comfort song like right now because it's just like I think of so many people in my life who have impacted me that way, and even if they're not in my life now, like I still like wish all the best for them, and that's just how life is. But I'm glad I could just like put all of that in a song.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So why 28?
I don't know. I just thought it sounded cool, to be honest. I thought it was a cool title. I was like,
Right.
28 works.
That makes sense. That makes sense. And the lyrics go, what was the part when you say 28?
Yeah, the line is, if I stay too long, I might lose my mind by 28.
Right.
That line actually, like, I didn't even know what it meant when I first wrote it, but I think looking back on it, I think I was pretty much just saying like, if I don't even know what I'm saying, to be honest. Like, if like pretty much like if I am here for a long time, like I'm gonna go crazy, but like in like the best way possible. I don't even know
Okay.
if that makes sense, but
No, that does
yeah,
make sense. I get it. I get it because
yeah,
I think that's totally relatable to in a not obvious way, if
mm,
that makes any sense. Yeah, I really like the song. I enjoy it.
thank
It's
you.
it's true what you say that it is a comforting song, and I just can't wait for the monsters to hear it. But before we play the song for everyone, why don't you um let us know where we can find you if we want updates on
Yeah,
what's to come, because you did mention, or why don't you tell us a little bit about the songs that you will be releasing, because personally I cannot wait. So if you can give us a little bit of a teaser, go ahead and let
um,
us know.
I don't even know what to say on the songs, to be honest. I have like a lot of different sounding songs. I'm still trying to like figure out which ones I actually want to release, and just doing like touch ups on them and stuff. But some of them are very like poppy, others are very more like full R&B stuff.
Mhm.
But I'm just excited to kind of just like experiment and just like see what people like and also what I like, and just figure out like what my sound is pretty much. So yeah, I don't know if that was enough, but
No,
yeah.
no, no. That was great, and it's exciting. To because we don't know what to expect from you, and
Yeah,
it's
me
really
neither.
exciting to see what. And it's exciting. Like that's what makes
Yeah.
it really exciting. We don't know. It's an open book. We don't know
Mhm.
what's to come, and of course, all the monsters. I'm sure a lot of people are going to be looking forward to hearing more from you after hearing this song that we are going to be playing. So why don't you let us know where we can get stay updated with what you have in store for your music?
Yeah, so my Instagram is estee.evangeline. I have the weirdest name ever. It's really hard to spell, but yeah, that's kind of what my Instagram is. I'm sure it'll be up somewhere. I also post on TikTok, which is also Estee Evangeline without the dot in the middle. Um, so yeah, I'm pretty much active on like Instagram, TikTok, YouTube sometimes. But yeah, I love like replying to people as well on Instagram. So like literally just send me a message, I'll talk to you, and we can be besties.
I love that. Yes, and guys, if you can't wait for her songs to come out, just go check her out on TikTok. She always posts a lot of duets with different artists, and I kid you guys not, those covers, or those little, not covers rather, but those little snippets of what she has to offer are so good. I watch
Thanks.
every single one of them.
Dude, you're so kind to me. It's crazy. Thank you so much. You're so sweet.
No, thank you for your music. And of course, don't forget to follow her again. That's at estee.evangeline on Instagram and Estee Evangeline on TikTok. And of course, you are on Spotify as well under the
Yes.
name Estee. So if you guys want to listen to her music, the other songs that she released in the past and the other songs that she will be releasing in the future, well, then go ahead and hit her up. Again, that's Estee on Spotify. But right now, it is time for us to play your song 28. So
Yay.
are you ready, Este? Here we
I'm
have
so
it.
ready.
Yes, here we have it at 1:19 in the afternoon time. And this next song is brought to you by Suzuki. Find the right ride for you by visiting auto.suzuki.com.ph. Here we have it. Here's Este with a track called 28, only here on The Monster.
Every night, I live with you more every day. If I stay too long, I might lose my mind by 28. So let me lose it, let it go. Let me love you until we're hold me closer every night. I laugh with you more every day. If I stay too long, I might lose my mind at 28. We both have so much time to grow. We can go as we go, yeah. While the sun sets in your eyes, while the sun sets in your eyes, yeah, you make me feel while the sun sets in your eyes, while the sun sets in your eyes, while the sun sets in your eyes, yeah, you make me feel alive, while the sun sets in your
Wrap it up. You better wrap it up. Wrap it up.
On the Monster.